We play.
We fight.
We conquer.
Welcome to the Freak Show, where our one rule is the righteous shall have their day. And apparently, so will I, and that's today. I'm your host, Bumpy McSquigums, and boy howdy folks, this is like take number 50 or something. I've struggled with this intro. I've got nothing written down. I just want to speak from the heart, and I'm blown away. The generosity and just the above and beyondness of Owlcat Games and their PR folk. Again, truly humbling, blew me away, and I am so grateful and thankful to them for... So we'll get to why in a minute, but seriously, thank you guys so much. I do truly, truly appreciate it. I'm very grateful. So, what you guys are going to see on and around this video, we're going to be covering Pathfinder, Wrath of the Righteous. It's by Owlcat Games and Meta Publishing. September 2nd, 2021 is when it released. I hadn't had the game yet. And they were talking about the new DLC, The Lord of Nothing, which drops today, November 21st. 2023. Definitely check it out. Though this video might go out the day after. I don't know. I'm going to try to get it all done today. It's a thing. I told him, I said, guys, I got to do some pre-alpha coverage of Pathfinder Kingmaker. Loved the game. And then I just kind of never heard back from them at all. And they're like, you know what? We're going to rectify that. Boom. Here's the entire game. All the DLCs included. Cover it. Enjoy. But not only that, we're gonna be taking a side quest. So this is gonna be our main event of the evening. This is gonna be one of the main things that we're covering. We're gonna be hitting Pathfinder Wrath of the Righteous pretty hard and heavy, just kind of knocking it out, getting through it, enjoying our time. But we're gonna take a side quest and we're gonna actually play like an episode or two of The Lord of Nothing to get you guys an idea of what's actually going on and what the DLC has to offer. And maybe whet your appetites, and you'll come back into the game, grab the DLC, and play it. That's the plan anyway. So you're going to see the main playthrough. You're going to see a little side quest for the DLC, but that's not all. Owlcat Games also hooked me up with their latest upcoming game, and it is Warhammer 40k. All right, pretty good already. You guys know I love me some Warhammer and Warhammer 40k. It's Rogue Trader. Very excited to cover that. So you'll see like 3 videos kind of floating around. I have no idea what order I'm putting them out. It's going to be this video, the DLC video for the Lord of Nothing, and you're going to see Warhammer 40k Rogue Trader. And that's a lot of RPG goodness coming your way. I can't wait to share it with you guys. I can't wait to get in and play it. And I just want to let you guys know, again, this is like my 50th take trying to get through this. I know the intro's long. I'm sorry. Future episodes won't be like this. For all the people that are whining in the back, sorry. But there is an astronomically large amount of options when you are creating a character. I tried doing this video yesterday, and I did it somehow quicker and like in 2 takes. But when I got to the character creation, my kind of eyes popped out of my head, my jaw hit the floor, and I transcended reality for a little bit. There's a lot of choices. Now, I'm posing this as an offer to you folks. Do you want me to go through? I'm not doing it today. It'll be a future separate video. I did the same thing for BG3, so if you liked that, you'd probably like me to do this. And it'll take several hours because there's a lot here. But if you want, I will go through and I will look at every single class, every single race, every single everything in the character creation options. All the subclasses. There's so much. It's probably going to be like a 35-hour video. It's a lot. So if you guys want that, let me know. I don't know if like 200 people or something want that. I can do it. I have no real grounds or basis for numbers. Anyway, I figured out what I'm going to play. I did this after I realized I couldn't do that yesterday. And it's going to be pretty generic, pretty basic, but it's one of those things that I love. I'm going back to my roots of like RPG gaming like this. I want to headbutt stuff until it dies. I want to be a dwarf. I want to have a big old 2-handed axe. And I want to be a barbarian. That's what we're doing. That's what we're running with. As you can see, I can't continue. I can't load the game. I've not actually played this at all yet, other than got into character creation, was like, holy jeez. So, if you guys want me to go through and cover all that, again, comment section, let me know. Okay, I think we're ready. And yeah, almost 5 minutes. That's still way too long, but we're going to run with it. I'm so sorry. All right, new game. Now you'll see we have everything. Like I said, Owlcat Games, fantastic. They hooked me up with literally everything that comes with this game, and I am just so grateful. So seriously, thank you. So humbled, and it means the world to me. So thank you very much. Okay, we're going to be doing the main story, but there's also inevitable excess. We also have Through the Ashes, the Treasure of the Midnight Isles, and the Lord of Nothing DLC. And if you guys want to get a little quick sneak peek down here, you can do so. I don't know how this works, like the DLC. So we're going to kind of see that when we go and do the Lord of Nothing stuff. But I don't know, like, it looks like it's separate. Do you import your characters? I don't know. We'll figure it out, right? The Treasure of the Midnight Isles, and again, and this has sink or swim mode, which I think is Iron Man. You have one save slot. Okay. Maybe we'll try that. It can be played as a standalone adventure or as part of the main campaign. Neat. And then the Lord of Nothing. This is a standalone DLC, continues the story began in Through the Ashes. So it's a continuation of what happened in this one. Very cool. Very cool. All right, ladies and gents, it's time for the main story. Join the struggle against the world wound. The epic war between Golarion and the Abyss that has raged for more than 100 years. Up to now, the Crusader armies have barely managed to curb the overwhelming enemy forces. But not for much longer. The Demon Lords are preparing to strike a decisive blow. You will have to harness mythic powers, take command of the Fifth Crusade, and lead it against the demonic hordes. Sweet. Sounds like a party to me. Let's do it. Oh yeah, there's also this absurd thing. There are, 8? I don't know. 2, technically infinite. 2, 4, 7. So there's 7 different difficulties. We're going to briefly but quickly go through these. So story mode, and you see all the stuff that's changed from normal. I'm probably going to play on daring, though I really would rather play on normal. But anyway, it shows all the stuff that's changed, and if you hover over it, it tells you the damage your character suffers from enemies and traps is reduced by 80%. Enemies are extremely weak, and they cannot critically hit. So if you really struggle with tactical games or strategy games, I suppose, this is a way to, still play it and enjoy the story and everything else without there being an overwhelming challenge when it comes to, the gameplay and the difficulty and all that. I mean, you guys know. You already understand. Right? Your character will not die after suffering a deadly injury. They will just fall unconscious. If everybody in your party falls unconscious, well, that's it. That's game over. All right, then we have casual. Same thing. Character suffers only 60%, and the enemies are significantly weak and can't critically hit. You won't die if you get a deadly injury. You'll be on death's door. If you get another deadly injury while at death's door, that's when you will die. Main character dies, game over. If a companion dies, you can resurrect them with Raise Dead or a similar spell. An extremely expensive service unavailable to most adventurers. Then we have the normal. Now, normal seems strange, but I understand. Enemies, so damage from enemies and traps, 20% reduced. Enemies are weak, and they have reduced damage on critical hits. We won't die after suffering a deadly injury, but we'll be on death's door. Same rules apply. Daring, everything's the same, except it's full damage from enemies. Enemies are still slightly weaker, and they do reduce damage on crits. Still death's door and all that. Then there's the core difficulty. And full damage from enemies. There are more enemies than normal. They have a standard power and also standard crits. You die if you get a deadly injury. Then you have hard mode. Full damage, more enemies than usual. They're slightly stronger than usual. Crits are the same. Additional spells and combat abilities will exist for the enemies. And again, we will die if we get a deadly injury. And then finally, unfair. Double damage from enemies and traps. That's terrifying. More enemies than usual. They're extremely strong. Usual damage on crit. And then, of course, the additional spells and combat abilities. And deadly injury means death. So, yeah, a lot of options. And then the custom options. So what I would really like to do is I'd like to bump this up to full damage instead of 80%. I want them to do full damage. And then leave everything else on normal. That's what I would want. But I'm not going to do that. It's fine. We're going to go daring. We'll see. Okay. That's it. That's what we're doing. All right. Now, welcome to just the most ridiculous thing of all time. Now, if you're not one that wants to spend a tremendous amount of time or really fully understand what you're doing, I don't fully understand what I'm doing. I have a rough idea. They do have some pre-made characters that you can play as. You have Teolin, you have Sordara, Unelard, Rix, Maranun, and is it Engi? I got nothing. So a Cavalier, which is good at melee combat, and it shows like different difficulties, some features and abilities. You have a Cleric, which is support and magic. You have a Fighter, which is a defensive character, also melee combat or ranged. A Rogue, which is melee combat. A Slayer, which is melee or ranged combat. And a Sorcerer, which is, or Sorceress in this case, which is a magic user. So, if you wanted to go that route, you absolutely could. Nothing wrong with it. Every once in a while, I like to just take a pre-generated character and go with it. But that's not what I'm going to do. Alright, custom character, we're going in. I did go and download. They have several different options for like free DLC that you can get. I downloaded everything that I can conceivably get, and we have a fair few options here. Wrath of the Righteous characters, we have Kingmaker characters, and then we even have Kingmaker like generic or custom characters. So I've opted in for this guy. He's not exactly the most attractive or adorable dwarf I've ever seen, but he's got the axe. So I mean, you kind of gotta, right? You kind of have to. All right, so that's our boy. All right, class. Just we're going to very briefly go over this. I'm not going to go crazy. You're going to see the subclasses. I'm not going into those, but I just want you to see. We have an alchemist, an arcanist, a barbarian, a bard, a blood rager. That's interesting. A cavalier, a cleric, a druid, a fighter, a hunter, an inquisitor, a kineticist, a magus, a monk, an oracle, paladin, ranger, rogue, shaman, shifter, skald, slayer, sorcerer, war priest, witch, wizard, Aldori, sword lord, arcane trickster, assassin, dragon disciple, duelist, eldritch knight, hell knight signifier, lore master, mystic theory, I don't know, stalwart defender, student of war, and the winter witch. And all of these that are red, I believe, have prerequisites, so you can spec into them later or something. I don't know. We're going to figure that out as time goes on. And I will click on all of these absurdly huge amounts of stuff so you guys can at least see what the options are. But we will be going into literally all of this stuff once we actually, if I go and I make that video. If you guys want to see that video, I am more than willing to go through it, just not on this video. So as you can see, there are a whole bunch of classes and a whole bunch of subclasses or substarts or whatever they are. What do they call them? Archetypes. Whole bunch of archetypes. Now, there's a few that have called to me on this one, but I'm going back to my roots. Big ol', well, I guess he's not that big. Now, I am tempted, I'm not going to do it, but I'm very tempted to also maybe go with like a half-orc barbarian. That's got some legs, I'm just saying, that could be a thing. But we're going back to the basics. My first love, I believe it was Neverwinter Nights? I think it was that. That was the first time I fell in love with my two-handed barbarian dwarf. So, very cool. So, yeah, there's a lot of stuff. Just so many things. So now you can understand why I opted to kind of figure out what I was going to do before just coming at this and going, oh my god, yeah, this surprised me. I expected it to be robust, but this is well beyond robust. This is insanity. Made flesh, or I guess digital. Made digital. Oh, what was that? This one, was it? Does not have the following features. That is weird. Hold on. That's funny. All right, sorry. Okay, we're on Witch, and then finally the Wizard. Arcane Carpet Bomber. All right, and then you can see all these have their own various different stuff, and so on and so forth. Okay, let's get back to the Barbarian. A few of these seemed okay. I don't remember Flesh Eater being one. I guess he was there. I just missed him. I'm going to be the Invulnerable Rager. This just sounds like a good time to me. So that's going to be what we're running with. I'm going to be Chaotic Neutral. Okay, so we're going to go next. Dwarf, I mean, we know I'm going to be a dwarf. Oh, yeah, let's take a look. Human, elf, gnome, or dwarf, gnome, halfling, half-elf, half-orc. Aesmir, I don't know. Tiefling, Oread, I guess. Damphir, and Kitsune. Cat people? Yeah, cat people. These are like dark elf, vampire type thing. I don't know. That's fine. And we're going dwarf. We're going dwarf. All right, so we are a dwarf. Then we have the options of the Barrow Dwarf or Barrow Dwarf. Barrow. The basic and the unstoppable dwarf. I think I'm just gonna be basic. If we go back to dwarf here, we have these various different things, right? Racial heritage, dwarven weapon familiarity, keen senses, hatred of orcs and goblinoids, defensive training against giants. We're hardy, we have stability, and we're slow and steady. So, also I want to read this, so we're going to go back and read this. But you're going to lose some of these stats if we go with these other things, right? If we go with the Barrow Dwarf, I don't know. Barrow? Anyway, he loses keen senses, defensive training, and hatred, but gains +1 bonus on attack rolls, which is pretty good, and a +1 dodge bonus to their AC against undead, and a +2 racial bonus on lore religion checks. And then the Unstoppable Dwarf, he loses keen sense abilities and defensive training, but gains endurance +1 racial bonus on fortitude saving throws and endurance. Harsh conditions or long exertions do not easily tire you. Our benefit, you gain +2 bonus on athletics checks and +4 to fortitude saves against fatigue and exhaustion. And I may sleep in light or medium armor without becoming fatigued. I didn't even know that was a thing. That sounds questionable. Okay, we're going to stay with the basic dwarf, but let's go back here to our dwarf guy here. Dwarves are a stoic but stern race, ensconced in cities carved from the hearts of mountains, and fiercely determined to repel the depredations? Sure, of savage races like orcs and goblins. More than any other race, the dwarves have acquired a reputation as dour and humorless craftsmen of the earth. It could be said that dwarven history shapes the dark disposition of many dwarves, where they reside in high mountains and dangerous realms below the earth, constantly at war with giants, goblins, and other such horrors. Dwarves are a short and stocky race and stand about a foot shorter than most humans, with wide, compact bodies that account for their burly appearance. Male and female dwarves pride themselves on the length of their hair, and men often decorate their beards with a variety of clasps and intricate braids. A clean-shaven male dwarf is a sign of madness. Or worse, no one familiar with their race trusts a beardless dwarf. I'm very tempted, now that I've read that all the way through, to go as a beardless dwarf. Not going to, but I'm very tempted. All right, then we get our option of our starting class, or background, I suppose. I think I'm going to go just warrior, as this just feels right. But actually, you know what? I'm not going to go warrior. What did I choose? Oh, I forgot. Was it a wanderer? Somebody has... I don't remember who it was. Somebody has an axe. This guy. A lumberjack. Yeah. Makes no sense for us to have a dwarven lumberjack, but that's me. Alright. So we're a craftsman. We are a lumberjack. We're going to have proficiency with the great axe, the hand axe, and the battle axe. Sounds pretty good to me. I like it. It's what we're doing. All right, next up, we get to put our points in. Now, I am not super good at anything when it comes to doing min-maxing and best options. But I know, not just because these are here, but just in general, I know that a lot of strength, a lot of constitution goes a lot of way. I'm going to go with 16. Maybe a mistake. I'm going to get a little bit of extra dexterity to account for it. We'll see. Maybe it's a mistake. I don't know. That's what I'm going with. Then we have options here. We can only max out at 1. So I'm going to go 1 into athletics. I'm going to go 1 into mobility. Because I do still plan to wear kind of medium armor, I think, as a barbarian. And I guess nature lore? Perception's not... You know what? Let's go with perception. We'll be a little bit more perceptive. We do have the keen senses, after all. Alright, and then from here, we can choose a single feat at level 1. And my feet are going to be under me, but also I'm going to choose a weapon focus. And while Dwarven War Axe does sound cool, the Great Axe, I think, is going to carry the day. So that is what we're going to go with. And now we have to choose our Deity, which I think is also kind of about our alignment. So, I believe there's a whole bunch here. Was it this guy? Yeah, I'm going to go Chaotic Neutral. So, Gorham. Gorham, also known as our Lord in Iron, is a god of battle above all other pursuits. It is said that he would rust away into nothingness if there was ever a time with no more conflicts to be fought. His faithful believe he is present in every iron weapon of war that is forged. Yeah, that sounds like a good party to me. Let's do it. Now, favorite weapon's greatsword. I'm sorry, but I also didn't want to go with this guy. His weapon's a great axe, and he's also like chaotic evil or something. What was he? Hold on. He's neutral evil. I'm sorry. As much as I like the great axe, I'm going to go with our boy Gorham. So, hopefully that's cool. Hopefully everybody's on board with that. So, that's what we're doing. Great sword's pretty close to a great axe. I mean, it's not, but it is. You know what I mean? So, that's what we're doing. And then, yes, chaotic neutral is where we're going to stand. We have chaotic good, we have chaotic neutral, and chaotic evil. Chaotic neutral sounds good to me. And our appearance. Not going to spend a tremendous amount of time on it. A little bit. Again, I kind of ran through this, so I have a rough idea what I want to do. Oh, you already knew what was coming. I'm a barbarian. Barbarians by default need to have mohawks. I'm just saying. Also, we need it to be red, right? Like, come on. It has to be. That is a sexy dwarf right there. I'm just saying. I don't really care about war paint and all the other stuff. Let's... Alright, hold on. Let's get a color that we're going to want. I think we're going to represent... Oh, that's fine. We got to represent the freak show, of course. So we're going to go with some level of purple. You know, that's fine. And clothes color. You know what? Let's go with the dark blue for that. And then the accents could be this. That works. Okay.
Their life ends here.
Okay, let's just listen to all these boys.
I'll carve my name onto your flesh.
Defeat is not an option.
No.
We cannot be defeated.
I'm going to be aggressive.
A solid plan.
We will be victorious.
Grumpy does also work for me.
Not that I care.
Not that I care.
That's what you get.
I kind of want to go Grumpy now.
Are you still here?
Nope.
Combat is adjourned.
Kind of Earthshaker vibes right there. Earthshaker. So Grumpy, Wise,
Damn it all. I need to concentrate.
or my boy.
None shall escape!
Yeah, it's just, you can't. You have to. All right, and we're gonna go with my dwarven name, Calark. That's our boy. We're gonna go with the 13th of some month. All right, what are we? The 13th of Gozran. So it works for me. Why does it say month 4/12? I don't under. Oh, 4 out of 12 months. I see. So I was like, month 4, it's the 13th day. What are you talking? It all makes sense. All right, got it.
Spell's not working like that.
Okay, this is, I believe, our character sheet, ladies and gentlemen. Our character is made. We are an invulnerable rager. I might say ranger occasionally, hopefully not. We are a sexy dwarf with 16 hit points, 18 strength, 16 constitution with a +4 and 3 bonus. We're not too charismatic or all that smart, really, but it's okay. We got some base attacks and all sorts of cool stuff. Things that I totally understand and know. 30 speed, some shield proficiency. Not really going to come into play, which is fine. Our focus is the Great Axe. And yeah, I think this is going to be an interesting time. Hopefully you agree. We can finally begin, right as our episode's ready to end. It's okay. Holding shift space enables tactical time mode, slowing down the flow of time in combat and allowing you to control your party's actions. Shift and space. Interesting. Okay. Alright, let's finally begin the adventure. Oh, excited, guys and gals. I've been eager to get this started since I went on vacation. Or, not since I was on vacation. Oh, that doesn't look good. Make way! Coming through! Fetch a healer quick! It looks like I might have had a problem or two. Oh, that seemed unnecessarily rough. Don't take my shoes.
Somebody! We got a wounded fighter. Can we get a healer over here?
Yeah, come on, please.
My, would you look at this? But why would you drag a wounded fighter into the middle of the festival square?
That's a good point.
Couldn't he be carted off somewhere else, like, oh, I don't know, an infirmary? Or an accommodating ditch?
Did you just say to throw me in a ditch? That's not... Why is everybody looking to help me?
Make room, everyone. Step back. Now, what's the matter? What happened to him?
You hear the stern voice of an
Looks
elderly
nasty.
man.
Who did this to him?
But you're so weak that you can't even turn your head to look in his direction. Yeah, no, this is not a good start for our adventure. I'm just...
Demons, prelate. We found him barely alive outside the walls of Canabris.
Huh.
The walls, you say? Enemy doesn't usually stray so close to the city. Must fortify the defenses. And you, hold fast. Don't die. We'll see you right.
I will try.
We'll get you patched up now. But first, you there, guard. Take his weapons.
What?
Bearing arms is not permitted during the festival.
Don't take my
Wounded
weapons.
or not, everyone must abide by the rules. He can get his things back after the festival.
Do you look like you got a weapon there, sir? I don't know what game... No, you don't. That's a close. Yeah, you do have a weapon. You have a sword on your hip. What are you talking about, man? These guys have crossbows on their back. And swords. What are you... Sir, you are telling falsehoods.
O Inheritor, leader of our troops, the sharpened edge of our blades and the unyielding strength of our armor. Iomade, I beseech you, grant your mercy. Heal his wounds.
Wow. The magic envelops you, but your pain lessens only slightly. Let me die. Grit your teeth in silence. Don't give up that easily.
Hear, hear. That's the Crusader spirit.
Yeah.
My powers are not enough here. Someone call for Terendelev. You there. Yes, you. Stop dithering and gawping and make yourself useful.
Gawping.
Go and get Terendelev.
Terendelev. All right, I'm a little upset that my boy don't have a mohawk in his portrait, but it's all right.
Prelate, surely there is somebody else here better suited to running errands.
The lady raises her head in an affection of surprise.
I'll get her! Terendelev! Has anyone seen Terendelev?
Okay, thank you.
Be quick about it before it's too late.
Yeah.
Now, who are you? I don't remember seeing you before, and I have an excellent memory for faces.
I am either Calarch, I'm a crusader. I came to fight demons. I came to the city on private business. I've lived in this city for a long time. I'm a traveler. I was just passing by. I don't remember. Who I am is none of your business. I came to fight some demons.
Oh, Iomade saved me from green recruits. They come without planning.
Hey.
Without preparation, and they die before they even see their first real battle.
Hey.
I don't know whether to laugh or cry at the utter waste of it all.
Dude, I will get up off my deathbed and show you a thing or two. Maybe I should have just gone with my name.
My dear prelate, please, for the sake of the festivities, stop interrogating this poor man.
Yeah.
He has been through enough already. Go on. I'll take care of him.
Yeah.
All right, as you wish. You are our protector, and a dragon at that.
Sorry, what now?
So I shall defer to your wisdom, but be on your guard. I've been informed he was wounded near Canabras. That means the demons are prowling just outside the walls, and the city is crawling with their spies.
Huh.
Others may be able to relax on this holiday, but not you or I. Not the defenders of this city.
And he's muttering discontentedly. The old man walks off. All right, sweet. Thanks to the bow and the interrogation. Oh, look, he's sauntering.
Pry loose the grudging grip of pain. Cast off the veil of suffering flesh.
Ooh.
Let light and life go forth in triumph to repel the skulking shade of death. There.
I gotta say, I like how they chant and the words they use and stuff when they cast spells. That's a really, really nice touch. A beautiful silver-haired woman leans over you. She seems ageless, her face wholly unlined, but centuries-old sadness gleams in her eyes. The longer she speaks, the stronger her voice becomes. Are you really a dragon? Thank you for helping me.
I accept your thanks, but my work is not yet done.
Okay, what happened to me?
I do not know yet, and that troubles me. I am not entirely sure what the demons did to you. This wound is no ordinary injury, and it was inflicted by no ordinary weapon. I have rid you of your pain and restored your strength, but only time will allow you to heal fully.
Ooh, how much time? Who exactly are you, Terendelev?
My name is Terendelev. I am the protector of the city.
Okay, and you're a dragon.
You don't believe me? Perhaps I should retake my true form and engulf this square with my ice breath to win your trust.
No.
Pay no mind to my current guise. I appear this way when I walk among the people. I would hamper the festivities if I tried to attend in my true form.
Convenient. A melodious laugh. I like it. Can I go?
Certainly, but be careful. I have managed to get you back on your feet, but I have not healed you fully. Alas, sooner or later, your pain will return.
Okay, why didn't you heal me fully?
But do not be discouraged. You will recover, I promise you that.
Okay.
Tomorrow, come to the cathedral and say that you are expected by Terendelev, protector of Canabras. We will find a way to help you.
Okay.
But for now, put this out of your mind and enjoy the festival. They are all too rare in this time of war, and merriment is one of the best medicines.
Am I gonna like gush blood every? Should contact with other people? What are we talking here? Oh, Day of the City. That is really loud. Canabras is a city poised on. We may have to adjust some of the volumes. Okay, movement. Click on the right mouse button on the spot where you want to move your character, and they will start the movement. The point you have clicked. Move the camera with WASD. And to rotate the camera, either hold the middle mouse button or press Q and E. Oh, it's so loud. Okay. We can switch ears if you want. Like which way is louder. Okay, cool. I WASD. I did all the stuff. Okay, well, that is a thing that happened, and we are amidst the world. We are among it, and that is pretty cool. We have no weapons to speak of right now because that was taken from us, but that's okay. There's inventory. We have our character sheet. We are equipped with the engraved lucky bracers and apparently some scale mail. And that is it. Apparently we don't believe in pants. Nope, we don't believe in pants. Okay. Maybe we should find some pants at some point. Doesn't look like we have a pants slot. To be fair, just a boots slot. And a whole bunch of different weapons that we can, slots that we can choose from. Pretty cool. Anyway, guys and gals, I am going to open a menu because it's slightly quieter. I will adjust the sounds and stuff as we get going. This is the very first episode of my coverage. I hope you guys enjoyed. I know there's a lot of storytelling at the beginning. a lot to get through with the character creation, and you saw there's so much more that's there. Once again, comment down below if you want to see me explore that fully in a separate video from the series. And be sure to check out the Lord of Nothing DLC that came out, and my video that will be out sometime around this one, as well as Warhammer 40k Rogue Trader. A lot of Owlcat Games stuff coming my way, coming your way from my channel. And a big shout out and a thank you to Owlcat Games and their PR folk for just the above and beyond way they handled things and stuff they sent my way. I am truly grateful, and it means a lot. So thank you, thank you, thank you. If you guys want more information about the game, where to get the game, information on the developer, publisher, any of that stuff down below in the description of the video. There will be various links, just like there always are. Like, subscribe, share. You guys know the YouTube thing. I won't bug you about it again. Until the very next episode, I am your host, Bumpy McSquigums. Thank you so much for stopping by the Freak Show. We play, we fight, we conquer.